We're out here today at a brand new venue for the channel. This is called Honjo Circuit, and we're out here in, there it is, the Probox. This track is about an hour and a half out of Tokyo, and I used to come here all the time back when drifting was allowed, but it's not allowed anymore. The reason for that is just over that hill there is a shrine, and yeah, the guy who runs the shrine didn't really like the sound of screeching tires, so they managed to get it banned. That said, here's an old video of me drifting here in the R32 GTST that I bought when I first came to Japan. I think this was some drift competition, but I can't remember. It's honestly a bit of a shame there's no drifting here anymore because this track is quite convenient to get to from Tokyo. Oh well. But we're out here doing, it's a GTR over there, we're out here doing grip driving today in the Probox. If you don't know what a Probox is, you should probably check out the previous videos I made on them. Basically, they're a cheap work car in Japan that has the image of driving very fast on the expressways because people who work in them are always trying to get where they're going. You know, the white delivery van sort of thing, or from what I've heard people tell me in Brazil, the telecom company Fiat, I think, is sort of the equivalent of this, you know, the roof rack and all that sort of stuff. I kind of bought it as a joke, you know, the stereotypical Japanese company car, just, you know, to use to put parts in and get around in. Turns out it's a lot of fun to drive around in, especially in traffic because it's nice and light. It's manual, of course. Yeah, you can take it to the track and, I don't know, no one's really looked too funny at it today, but yeah, we took it out to Fuji Speedway a while back and a lot of people were kind of looking at it going, are you taking that on the track? So why are we here at Honjo Circuit? Well, look, I have enough rear-wheel drive turbo cars. I want to do the front-wheel drive NA thing and do time attack all at the same time. The ideal thing would be a Civic or a Swift or whatever, but Of course, the ideal time attack track around Tokyo anyway would be Tsukuba Circuit, but the problem with that is very expensive to drive on. They don't really run that many days there, and the cars that tend to go there are a lot faster than this, and I don't want to get in the way. Like, if you saw the video when I went to Fuji Speedway, I was in the way. Basically, from when I was going out of the pit, I was in the way. This track has a lot of practice days that are on during the week. You can pay by session, it's quite cheap. Also, you can do timing, right? That's not going anywhere. So I got rid of the regular skinny street tires. Same as before, we're running on Toyo R888s on the Bridgestone Super Wraps, which these are actually alloy wheels, but they look like steel wheels, just sort of a, you know, bit of a sleeper look. Still stock suspension, as you can see. No, it hasn't been raised, that's just what they look like. Of course, you know, these things are meant to carry, yeah, look, they're rated to 400 kilos of stuff in the back. If you haven't seen what they look like, by the way. Yeah, you can carry a lot of stuff in a Probox. 4 mods in this car so far. The wheels and tires, one. The air filter, Blitz, just a replacement element, Blitz, believe it or not. Third one is just some brake pads, because, you know, they cooked at Fuji Speedway. They're just some sort of generic race pads because they fit, you know, from the Vits, same thing. Steering wheel, no seat, and I did change the exhaust. Now look at this. This is a Blitz exhaust, but I paid all this money for a Blitz exhaust. Listen to this. It's like 5% louder than stock. I didn't pay all that money for it to be quiet. So in this episode, we're taking the car out on track. So we'll try and get the best time we possibly can with the car in this state. Then we'll go back to the workshop and I want to show you some parts that I've already ordered for it. So the way to do it apparently is you go over here and you give this guy this thing. お願いします。じゃあ窓閉めてください。はい、いいですか? All right. All right, we'll give it a go this time. So it seems like if I try and drive it fast, it ends up going slower. So. So, you know, heavy brake, let it kind of more roll through the corner using the grip of the tires. And the fact it doesn't weigh much means it kind of goes around the corners quite easily. So I think that's the way to drive this right now. Yeah, that feels way faster there. Yeah, 53! I immediately improved my time by like almost a second. There you go. And what I like about this is it's a completely different, set of things that you have to do in a car, and it's fun. What's not fun is right now my core, which has been tensed up like I've been doing planks for the past 15 minutes going around the track in this stock seat. So that's gonna have to go next time. Good job, Probox. Just gotta find some more people who drive these, I think. Let's go take the transponder thingy back and go get our lap times. All right, here's our times. Best time session 1 at 53.792 and best time of the day at 53.442. Not fast, but I asked the guy at the counter, like, how fast do the K endurance cars that run here go? He said, oh, the fast guys do about a 54, 55. So step 1, we're faster than K cars. How about that? All right, let's go back to the shop. Blitz. So believe it or not, Blitz makes a full suspension kit for the Probox. Because the front end is, like I said before, basically similar to a Toyota Vitz. Most of it sort of is shared parts, so I guess they were able to make this sort of stuff pretty easily. Talk about putting lipstick on a pig. Look at that. Full coilovers for the front end. So that's the front. It's a full coilover, adjustable, as you can see. It's the Damper ZZR, so it has R in the name. So it's for racing, right? C-spanners. And the rear of the Probox is like a solid axle, sort of typical front wheel drive sort of thing. So not ideal for performance, obviously, but here we go, look. Adjustable, so we'll be able to wind it all the way down, I reckon. And the damper with urethane bushings as well. So this is proper sports stuff going on right here. Look at that. You wouldn't expect that to go in a Probox. And to go with the lowered suspension, we've got Silk Road, panhard rod. There you go, look, adjustable. So with just sort of regular bushings. But the reason for this is because when you lower the car down, it can offset the suspension a bit, like that, so you can kind of adjust it back. But we'll go through that when we install all this stuff. That's all the torque settings. So this is going to help a lot when it comes to driving the car on the track, because it was really rolling around. One other thing I'll probably need to buy are some new bump stop rubbers, because I've sort of noticed when you lower it down, it's probably going to hit the bump stops. And I think there's a manufacturer out there that actually makes shortened bump stop rubbers for Probox, I think. I'll have to go and find out. Now the seats in the Probox are designed to keep sales reps comfortable as they're driving around all day, which is not very good for driving on a track. So I found a manufacturer that makes sports seat rails for the Probox. Not sure what seat I'm going to put on it yet, but I've got that now, so should probably do it pretty soon, because that was one of the biggest things that made the car hard to drive, honestly. Another thing I wanted to get for the car was a nice set of wheels, and the Bridgestone Super Wraps that are on there right now, they just sort of came up at the right time, and they have that steel wheel look to them, which sort of fits the theme of the car right now. The Probox is a 4x100 PCD, so if I'm buying secondhand, I'm either stuck with Mazda Roadster, like Miata size wheels, or something retro, which has the same stud pattern, or just order something brand new. I was thinking about something like the CarMate Corns wheels, which are bigger and have that same steel wheel look to them. Maybe something like old Rays wheels, like the 4 or 5 spokes, like the old retro Toyota stuff. Like a rally style OZ wheel, or something like that. Also, NK is coming out with some steel-looking wheels that are a bit bigger. But just when I was thinking about what to do, an Instagram user called Scrape or Die sent me this image with a mock-up of these work wheels on the car. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll repost that. But then a guy I know at Work Wheels hit me up and said, hey, let's make this happen. What size do you need? So I asked Spirits Taro, who's like sort of the expert in this sort of thing, what size do I need? And we have brand new Work Wheels for the Probox too. These are Work Emotion RS11s. Brand new. So these are a 2-piece wheel, different size on the front and the back. So 15 by 7.5 and 15 by 7 with what I think is the correct offset. These are a 2-piece wheel, chrome lip with a white face. And the reason I chose this particular color is because I asked my people on Patreon, what color combo do you think I should get? They voted on these, so that's what I got. And they have stickers that go on the face like that. A bit of a retro look, which I think suits the car really well. Speaking of community content, it's been funny reading the comments from the previous videos because there's so many of these secondhand. They've been sent all over the world to continue working. Even in Japan, people write comments like, they call it the shachiku no kanoke, or the salaryman's coffin. Or somebody else wrote, they call it a sorotobu renga, like it's a modern flying brick, which is obviously the nickname for the Volvo 240. And believe it or not, if you go to Jamaica, basically every taxi there is a Probox. And for some reason, it's also popular with gangster rappers. I don't know why. It just has that image for some reason. Ice Cube had his 64 Impala. The Jamaicans have the Probox. Another one I was surprised to read, in Kenya, someone told me they call it the problem box because it's popular with thieves because it can carry so much stuff. And it's also used to deliver what they call mira, or like cut, that chewable leaf that kind of gives you a buzz. It's used to deliver that everywhere, and apparently they drive them insanely fast on Kenyan roads. So there you go. That's all from me today. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Also, here's something funny, I didn't know this. If I say the word like, the like button flashes. If I say the word subscribe, the subscribe button flashes. Like if you're watching this on a browser, just like minimize it and subscribe. See, it flashes? I don't know, maybe it does, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, see you next time.